So anyways, got Frida here, got some Ziwi Peak and some kibble, and I want to show everybody like a remote collar session. So you hear that sound? That sound is when I'm pushing the remote collar. Okay, I got this flexible leash on here. Yes. And it's kind of causing a problem right now. So I'm going to put this on this side. And this is the thing, folks, like a lot of the reason we're practicing is just to master simple things like, hey, where's my leash going to go? Where's my tree pouch going to go? How am I going to hook all this stuff up so I can be comfortable when I'm training my dog? Good girl. Yeah. Sit. Yes. Now, this is a super smart dog. You can hear Coco, though, and there in the background is starting to escalate. She's getting jealous. I'm going to tap the vibrate button on Coco's collar. Tell Coco to calm down. Coco. Okay. Yes. Sit. Sit. Yes. I'm going to turn that beeping sound down because I think that's actually distracting her. But you guys will still be able to hear it. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear this. No, you might not be able to hear it. So, oh well. So as I was saying, Frida's a really trainable dog. Sit. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Sit. Good. 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 Let's go. We're at 4 or 5 on the remote collar here, out of 100. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Now, in this particular case with this particular dog, I do want to be strategic about how I use food. And in this particular case, rather than stress, hey, stay seated while I give you food and stop getting out of the command, instead, I'm going to just I'm not really going to pay her in position that much. I'm going to just kind of have her understand, hey, when I put you in a command, you're in command. I don't want you anticipating any sort of reward when you're in these commands like sits and downs. Just stay in them. Okay, because I could already see right here when I pulled out the food, she got excited, then she got out of the sit, and then there was confusion. You know, I put her in a sit, then I pull out food. Good. I give her some. She's like kind of excited now and going, hey, do I get more food? Let's go. So I might not feed while she's in position. Is that forever? No, just maybe for now. Now Tootsie's over there panting and escalating just from sitting in her crate or in her kennel. Sit. Good. Down. Down. I'm using a very light amount of leash pressure here. Good. Down. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Down, where she's anticipating a reward and it's making her confused. Down. Down. Let's go. Good. Now where I will pay her, coming back when called and walking with me. That's where I'd want her rewards to primarily be. Let's go. Now Tootsie here, she was like making these sounds, kind of getting herself flustered. So I have her remote. I was tapping her remote on vibrate. She didn't really respond. I started tapping it at 10. I turned it up to 16. I started tapping it more. She moved away from the fence. She went over to her bed and she just sat further away from me, showing me that she is understanding that fixating on me so much is not a good idea. and that it's a better idea to sit back and relax more. She actually went to her bed, but then she got off her bed. I'm not really that stressed about this, okay? She's clearly jealous of me working with this dog. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Good. What a good girl, huh? Nice. What a good girl, huh? Sit. Sit. Good. Let's go. Good girl. Sit. Good. Let's go. Good. Ha ha ha, you're a good girl, huh? Sit. Good. Down. Down. We're at number 4 out of 100. Good girl. Now with this particular dog, like at least for right now, I would not be releasing her from downs to come over to me. I would be walking over down to release her. Down. I'm using a very light amount of pressure here. This is a really sensitive dog. There's no need to be forcing this dog around when she's in this type of headspace. Let's go. Good. So what do I mean? I mean that a lot of times you'll see people teach the down. Then they get 10 feet away from the dog. They call the dog over to them. Frida, come. Yes. And then what happens is the dog is in a down, but they're anticipating getting out of a down. What I want to do is have the dog in a down and just say, hey, you know what? I'm just probably going to stay in a down. Especially if I'm just training for a pet, average pet owner or beginning basic training, I really want that down to be very clear. So, down. Down. I'm giving her a little bit of body language. I'm bending over here to give her a little bit of information. You do need to guide with your body language. You need to guide with your leash pressure. Ideally, you're going to do the verbal command, then the remote, and then the leash or the body language if they're not understanding the remote. But for a while, it's going to take a lot of repetitions of body language and the remote, leash pressure and the remote, where you're using your voice and then you're using the leash pressure and the remote at the same time or in a sequence. But the big thing is that you're just getting a lot of repetitions in where there's leash pressure and the remote at the same time, because it makes it very clear to the dog what you're saying with the remote collar. The leash is really the only thing that makes the dog understand a very clear direction. Good girl. You can see here there's a temptation to want to pay her. She's settled, she's relaxed, she's chilling, but I don't want to pay her while she's in this very relaxed state because it's going to make her excited. And what could be a nice downstay will become her begging, essentially, from this position. So sometimes a good way to think about it is like in behaviors where I want the dog sped up, I want to use a lot of food. Come over to me when I call you, walk next to me, where I want the dog excited and they're focusing on me. And I maybe need that reward because there's a lot of distractions present. And, but putting a dog in a downstay, like, I've limited a lot of the distractions simply by having them be in one position, and the fact that we're not moving makes there be less distractions. Once we're walking, there's so many less distractions. Let's go. Good girl. If I want to help her enjoy her down, then what I would do is put her in a down and then, maybe if anything, put her in a down and release her to run around. Or like you see there, put her in a down and release her to walk with me. Ideally for her right now, because she's bolted on the owner so many times, I would really be like, the only release from down is let's go. That's the only way you can get out of a down is let's go. And then once you've walked with me, then I might release you from walking with me. Good girl. Good. 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 Sit. Down. Break. Good girl. Down. Break. What a good girl, huh? Yeah, what a good girl, huh? Yeah, what a good girl, huh? Work on some place work right now. Uh-oh. Place. Good girl. Good. Once again, place is something. Sorry, my nose is running a little. Place is something I'm not going to pay the dog for much. Maybe in the initial phases or with puppies. But eventually I do want to just be clear. Now you're just hanging out in the place command. Good. I also think it's a lot easier to get food out of the way in your place command quickly because you can tie the dog up and be sure that they're going to stay put. So you see how I'm walking away, I'm looking away. This dog's not dumb. She's super smart. And if all the training I do, you see I'm even reaching into the pouch pretending I'm giving her food. If all the training I do is me looking at her like this and standing in a certain way, she's going to know when I'm training and when I'm not training. And if I'm not paying attention, she's going to think we're done training. So let's go. Yes. Good girl, huh? You're a good girl. Very good. So that's about it, folks. That's a short little session with the remote collar. That's all I typically would be doing, especially in the initial phases of remote collar training. When I have a good session like this and the dog's enjoying the training, we definitely want to let them know at the end of the session, hey, that was a really good training session. We did really good. Like, especially with the sensitive type of dog like this that maybe isn't always finding value in obedience, maybe wonders, what the point of, oh man, I hope this hasn't been touching this whole time. This dog kind of wonders what the point of obedience is. What's the point of it all? So I might want to pet her and tell her, yeah, that was good. Don't start looking around now looking for squirrels because I'm petting you. Okay, yeah, thanks. But hey, that was a good session. We did good. You listened really well. The remote collar was at an extremely low level. It was great. We weren't using food the whole time. You're still working. She did good today in social with Bear and the Vizsla. So she has kind of a unique play style in that part of her is like a bird dog and just wants to run around and play chase. There's another part of her that wants to wrestle and play kind of hard, it seems. And that, with some dogs, if they don't understand how she's trying to play, she doesn't know how to make the necessary adjustments and she just gets frustrated. But with bigger dogs, it seems like she just does better. I wouldn't say she's a little bit of a bully, but yeah, maybe a little opportunistic. So after this session like this, we're typically going to put her away, put her in the crate, and she's going to settle. And then we'll go ahead and pull out another dog. We'll train another dog right now, okay? Water? Drink? Drink? Even here, she's just so focused on the treat pouch that she doesn't want to drink any water. One of the things I really wish I knew earlier on was how amazing it can be to train the dog and then put them away afterwards. Kennel. I just wish I had known that training the dog for 10 minutes or 15 minutes is great, and when you put them away afterwards, Toots. It gives them time to process. And rather than train them for 30 minutes, you'd actually maybe be better off training them for 5 minutes and putting them away for 10 minutes and training them for another 5 minutes and putting them away for 10 minutes. I mean, it seems crazy, but I'll tell you, something I wish I knew a lot earlier. Especially when teaching new things, or especially when you're working on things that are really challenging or frustrating for you or the dog. So we just put Tootsie in an actual place mat here in her kennel, so she's leashed up. She's going to be in her place. And next we'll pull out the little baby, Lacey. Okay, now Lacey's been doing good. We're going to put her harness on, get her on a flexible leash. And in her case, just because the gate's open, I'm going to even put an extra leash on her too. You know, you just can't have enough leashes and collars on dogs. I know that sounds crazy. People aren't going to want to agree, but that's just what I've seen over time. Dogs slip out of harnesses, dogs slip out of collars, and you know, especially when it's a new collar or a new harness, you don't know how it fits exactly. So I'm going to get her out of the crate. She's pretty rambunctious, and that's fine. I'm going to bring her out to train. I don't mind if she's a little excited. One thing I also wish that I had known earlier was, you know, that it's sometimes fine if the dog's barking and being pushy towards you. It depends what their intention is, and if they're being pushy and barking and they really want to engage with you and give you attention and train, well then that's fine. One day teach them to bark on command, and then one day tell them to not bark. You know, as long as you can crate them and put them away and they'll shut up, it's fine. If sometimes they pester you, and then, I mean, would that really be a problem if the dog barked at me and said, hey, come on, man, let's go for a run? And I said, I really do need to go for a run. And the dog is the easiest dog to run or the easiest dog to walk. And we have the most incredible walk together. But anyways, so Lacey's coming out, hot off the press. You can see, classic confident little dog. These guys are here, and Lacey's just on fire, wants to say hi to everybody. Hey, Lacey. Hey, little one, here you go. Sit, good. You guys got everything you need, or you're done, or you got to come back, or?
Yeah, we're going to let your water sit for maybe an hour. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll come back.
Sure. Sounds good. You'll be back around, I think, 1? Yeah, I'll be here. Good. Good little one. Yep. Let's go. Let me move her. Let me get the gate. So, yeah, like I said, classic pit bull. These things are just so confident. Yes. And all I'm doing right now is just having her follow me around. I have the flexi lead on for safety purposes on her harness. And then I have this slip lead on her neck. The other reason I have the flexi lead on this harness is, let's say she started pulling really hard on this slip lead. Yes. And then when she's pulling hard on the slip lead, she starts to hurt her throat. I'd want to be able to just let go of the slip lead. Yes. Good girl. Or, I mean, let's say she got all wrapped up in the leash. Like, let's say my leash handling skills aren't that good. She gets all wrapped up. Come on, let's go. Like, even right here. Look right here. This is what I mean. She's confused. Come on, let's go. Come on. And with the flexi lead, I can go just a little further away. Come on, little one. She's a little apprehensive of the gate. That's okay. I'm going to wait right here. Body language is clear. When I get down low, I crouch down low. She goes, obviously, he wants me to come over to him. He's crouching down low. Like, that's clear. He wants me to come over. Crouch down low, come over to me. Bubba. No. No, Bubba. Go lay down. So Bubba's making sounds. No big deal at all. Bubba, go lay down. Go on. Go. Really good dog. I'd like to put this behavior on cue. No, Bubba, go. He doesn't know what I'm saying yet, but I'm going to come over anyways and just see. Bubba, go on, go. Go lay down. I pointed at his bed. He doesn't understand. That's okay. No problem. Folks, if you say something to the dog and they don't understand, just don't repeat it. So this little one's putting on the brakes. That's what we were talking about, the leash pressure. She's like, this leash is making me feel uncomfortable. Come on, Minnie. Oh, Minnie. Hi, little Minnie. How you doing, Minnie? Come on, Minnie. Come on, Minnie. Good girl. Yeah. Look at her running over to her placemat. Bubba, no. Minnie's on her placemat, and I'm gonna actually feed her for being on her placemat. Now she's just kind of wandering off, wants to do her own thing. Come on, good girl. Now with her, we had used the manners minder, and we actually got really good results with her crate training. Today we put the battery powered feeder in there. We had lent it to somebody, and we asked for it back because we don't need it that often, but we're going to lend it to her family and use that manners minder for crate training, crate conditioning. Right now I just realized, okay, I accidentally gave her a few treats. No big deal, but we definitely want to just work with her kibble. So we got another pouch here with her kibs. Come on, little one. Good little one. Come on, little one. Nice thing about the Flexi Lead is I can have my body language be a little bit more natural when I'm walking with the dog. Come on, little one. Yes. Like when the leash, sometimes I'm so worried about the dog stepping on the leash or tangling on the leash that when I'm walking the dog, I end up looking back a lot. The dog gets confused. Why are they looking back at me? I thought we were going this way. So until I've mastered that skill of being able to have the dog not step on the leash without me looking at the dog. Yay! What a little one. Good job. So a little bit of a leash, I wouldn't say tug. She just kind of went to the end of the leash. Leash got tight. Oh, hi. How are you? How are you doing? Actually, just break. Name this. Marker word break. Good girl. Yay! What a little one. Come. Yes. Right now, don't worry about naming any behaviors before she does them. You just name them when she's doing them. Come. Yes. People jump to saying it before the dog does it way too quickly. She's on her placemat here, just running to her placemat. I have to move the mat so you guys can see all this. This is incredible. Good girl. Good girl. Now we're talking about the other dog. We weren't going to pay in position for place, but this is a puppy. Let's go. Let's go. She's a little hung up here on the leash pressure, doesn't understand it. She's pulling backwards. I pull out the food, I crash down low. Yes. She comes over to me, no big deal. Leash pressure goes away. We don't wrestle with the leash. I mean, you're either going to you're either basically forcing the dog or you're using pressure to communicate with them, but you're not like wrestling or tugging back and forth with them in the leash. Good girl, what a good girl. Good Minnie. Oh, good little Minnie. Good Minnie. Oh, she's a mini pig. Oh, she's just a little mini pig. Good girl. Good girl, good girl. Let's go. Nice. Now there. Yes, I knew she was going to come with me. I just had a feeling. That's why I said let's go. Aha, nice. Wow. Yeah. Nice. Oh, what a good little girl. Oh, we didn't know what a good girl was. What the? Oh, so great. Yes. All we're developing is that idea of leash pull as you look up at me. Are you going to your bed? Wow, what a good Minnie. Going to your bed, huh, Lacey? Good girl, huh? Yes. Love making nicknames up for the dogs. Keeps a really nice, fun word you can use to talk to them that's lighthearted and keeps them motivated, keeps things, lighthearted and funny. Yes. So often, good girl, you're right. So often, we end up saying the dog's name all the time when we're frustrated. So right there, she actually kind of caught me. I went to release her, I said yes, and she said, you should pay me in position. I'm in the place command. Place command's about staying still. Yeah, okay, good job, you're right. Let's go. Nice. Nice. Great. Great. Okay, good. So she just did it down all by herself there without me saying anything. Yeah, I'm gonna feed her. One thing about break, saying break to the dog. Good girl. What a good mini, huh? Good girl. Good Lacey. Good. One thing about break is if you say break and the dog doesn't release, I wouldn't stress that much. And I've caught myself before with it, especially a dog that's struggling, or this little puppy's just doing a down, standing on its placemat, and then I want to start going, no, get off the placemat. Why aren't you releasing yourself from the command? Oh my God. I'm just going, who cares? Good, the dog is sitting here, staying in this position. If I say break and one of my employees wants to keep working longer, I got a good problem. I better give them a bonus. Good job. You see the same thing with recall. Good. Where the dog comes running over, super happy, and then you go, okay, sit. And take food. And I'm going, man, if you just paid the dog for coming running over with all that enthusiasm, good. They want to come running over more often. But when they're running over with all that enthusiasm, and that's really what you were trying to create was enthusiasm, then, yeah, who cares if they jump on you or want to come over and sit when they come over. Good job, little one. Good. Nice work. Really placemat. Good job. Good. Offering it down on her own and completely insane. Good job. My body language is just trying to stay natural and normal, you know, setting it all up for up back over here. Dog slowing down, stay. Wow, what a good girl. Wow, just wants to be staying in her bed. Yeah, that's not a bad problem. We were talking earlier about the bathroom position. You know, sometimes with older dogs, break. You know, you're just kind of like, yeah, that ship sailed. And with younger dogs, you have an opportunity to go back there and do it the right way. And that might be because we have more enthusiasm and puppies are able to soak up more information quicker in some ways. So Tootsie's over there making sounds again. Grab Tootsie's remote. And the puppy went underneath the table. Hence another reason you have multiple leashes on, because the flexi lead, you know, she's going to take that flexi lead and wrap it around the table like 20 times over. So Lacey's chewing on some stuff right now. And as much as I'd want to go into play session right now, playtime, yes, I'd rather not switch reinforcers or rewards. Like, I'd rather not go from, hey, I'm working with you and I'm using food, and now, you know, you're distracted, you're putting a leash in your mouth, and then I'm going to give you a toy. If I only had an hour to work with the dog, or only had 30 minutes, yeah, I would roll with it. And I'd go, oh, okay, let's play then. You know, let's say that's the only 15 minutes I have to play. Sure, I'll play with the dog. But right now, especially when I have other dogs and I have other stuff going on, I'm going to take advantage of that and go, hey, you did good. I'm going to put you down there with those guys, potty. I'll take you out, I'll put you in your crate, we'll do some nap time after this session, and then we'll do some more work later. Okay? And I'm going to walk her down to the lower yard, and then I'm not going to pull out Tootsie, because Tootsie is throwing this temper tantrum. I can't really, it's not really fair to say it's a temper tantrum because it's just a dog, but you know, it is similar to a tantrum because dogs are basically 5-year-old kids. Come on. Girl, whatever, little one. You're cute. Actually, not. Tootsie is over there, who I keep calling Coco. Okay, but Tootsie is over there making these crazy sounds. Maybe it's gonna be Luna. Luna! Or it's gonna be Luna. Or Coco, who are being really quiet and calm. So there's Jen Potter. Okay, I'm gonna put the Tootsie lead on her harness here, and I'm gonna carry her. Come on, little one, you can put a leash on things. Pay attention, stay close. Come on. Oh, hi. Come on. Yeah, little one. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Like I was saying earlier, I can, in a sense, without sitting there crying, whining, Emma, place. No. Place. Place. Yes. Not clear. That's common. It's very common with the bully breeds. As you can see with the little pit bull, so much of what I was doing, yes, was conditioning the dog to understand how the leash works. And you could see in that little puppy, when you zoom in, you can see the dog already putting on the lid. Yes. Well, what is good? In this case, I'm going to use higher volume food than we typically do. This is a higher distraction session. We got Emma here sitting in the middle. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Now you'll notice he's not in command. Yes. All I'm really trying to do at this point is build up engagement, build up enthusiasm, build up an understanding that, yes, the leash tightens, you move quickly. great when the leash tightens. You can pull towards something. Good. Good boy. Good. Good. Definitely sensitive to food, so the food switch there to something less valuable. So, good boy, good. Gotta be careful not to preload my hand because I can see him staring at my hand. And although the hand, having food in the hand is great for something like this, let's go. Nice. This type of really focused command. We're trying to teach them something new. Once the dogs learn something new, very quickly we want to get food out of the hand. Yes. Let's go, Pumpkin. Ah, nice. Good boy. I see a good boy right there today. All right then. All right. I continue to apply pressure as I walk away towards the end of the leash. Yes. He moves a little bit forward. I say yes. He's aware that I reached into the treat bag with kibble. I'll still do something more valuable. In this case, because he's noticing the value of the kibble and the value of the treats, I'll use a little bit more pressure on the leash, and because I'm noticing he's recognizing, hey, this is a high value reward he has here. So when the dog's doing great, that should be our chance to really test them and apply a lot of pressure and teach them how to respond to high levels of leash pressure, you know, like this. Pressure up, sit, yes. Okay, pressure up, food's in the hand, pressure's pulling up, yes. Ah, good, Mr. Bubs. Okay, like I said, when I'm teaching new things, yes, there's no problem having food in the hand. When I'm going over things we've already learned, I want to get food out of my hand quickly, yes, but we might have to reintroduce the food. Let's go. Now I'll do it without food in my hand. Sit, yes. Ah, good boy. Good job, buddy. Nice. I seen a good boy today, huh? Okay, let's go. Yes. Leave it. Yes. Now you can see right now he's like almost looks like he wasn't even aware of the other dog here. And it's not there's a problem with him being aware of dogs, but the problem wasn't before. Like many dogs, a big distraction is other dogs. And for me personally, with my own dog, you see here, Emanuki, I don't want other people or other dogs to be a big distraction for my dog, because other people and dogs, when I go out in public, I go to restaurants, I go to parks, they can do things that is highly distracting for my dog. So like if my dog's already distracted by a dog just standing there doing nothing, then if there's a dog like, hey man, look at me, let's play, my dog's gonna be super distracted. And same thing, if my dog just sees a person and is immediately distracted by a person, then when somebody's sitting there trying to get my dog to not come to me when called, you know, my dog is super distracted. So I'd rather have my dog understand, like, just, yes, don't even really be distracted by dogs in the first place. Dogs and people, if they're not doing anything, you really just, and we're walking around, you shouldn't even really pay them any more attention than you would a tree or a bush or a rock or a car. You should just be neutral. Yes, and that's something I think is so overlooked these days in this quest for socialization. We don't think about just creating a dog that's able to go to a restaurant, there's 10 dogs in the restaurant, and the dog is completely neutral to all 10 dogs. You know, or like yesterday I was walking and a dog charged me from across the street, my dog was neutral. having a dog charging to them is not a big deal. I apply pressure upward here, good amount of pressure. Yes, sat on his own. And believe it or not, actually end the session right here with him. I'm putting him in the upper yard and let him smell a little bit. We haven't tackled the crate with him yet. We do have a monster crate, big enough for him. But we're not really stressing the crate right now. Come on, Butters. Come on, Butterbean. Come on, Butterbean. Come on, Butterbean. Good boy. Excited like Frida, I will pet them after training and just kind of check in with them. I had dogs that are kind of nervy too, nervous. Maybe I pet them after training. Bubba was so dialed and wanting to train, like I didn't really feel like it was necessary to tell him he's a good dog. He's also a dog that just kind of assumes he's a good dog. I don't know. That's just my assumption. Frida is a little more sensitive. So, but I don't want to move. Now in this case, I want to use my Emma to help out. Emma, come. Emma, come. Yes. Good job, Emmy. Come on, Emma. Yes. What a good girl. Oh. Hi. So if she doesn't want food, what are my options? What I can do for her? Walk her around on a long leash like this. Izzy. Come on. Let's go. Good girl. Let's go. So at this point, when I take the dog out like this, she's more interested in smelling the ground, and she's already been outside, and she's already pottied, and she's more interested in smelling the ground than paying attention to me. And I'm trying to walk around, and I'm just sitting there going, and I'm tugging her along. I probably just want to stop doing that as my session, and either stop the session or just switch gears completely. And in this case, work on place or stay. Stay. Sit. Good. Once the dog realizes that if they don't want food, you're going to train them anyways, and that if they don't want food, that's fine. It's their decision not to have food. They might want food. Good. Good. You know, especially if you give food to the other dog and you don't give them any food, a lot of times they come around and say, I want that food. That's what she just did right now. Good. 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 You know, I can hear Bubba in the background. He's making sounds. You know, this is a fundamental skill we're going to be working on with him now. I just did a session with him following me around. Now I'm going to do a session with him where I leave him tied back, and I probably have to go over there and give him food and pay him for staying there. Good. Good girl. Good little one. Place. Good. Sweet dog. Oh, sweet. Good girl. Oh, nice. When I see that type of enthusiasm, I know you have to work on walking with me. Yes. Come on, little one. Nice. What a good girl. What a good girl. Yes. And dogs like this that are slow to come along, we were talking about this with Frida earlier. Yes. You do want to really go with the flow when they're offering you enthusiasm. Give them that in the training. Come on. Yeah, nice. Come on there. Good girl. Yeah. Yes. Now here what she wants is actually me to toss the food. She's cracking me up. Come on. Break. Oh. Come on. Yeah. Walk with me. 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 Break. Haha. Nice. Haha. Break. She's doing so good. Come on, little one. Nice. Come on. Yeah. Oh, good. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Good girl. Luna, come. Yes. Happy. Oh, happy girl. Nice. Good girl. Oh, you're doing so good. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Especially, you know, if I'm introducing something new to the dog. So special. thing you think about too is don't always train the dog. I don't want to stop it from selling around and stuff. Come on, little one. Lily, no. So. Hi. You come back on again. Oh, nice. She's back. She wants to train. Oh, little girl wants to train. Okay, little girl. Okay, come on, let's go. Nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Nice. Good. Look at Emma being so polite. Oh, just standing around, helping out, giving that emotional support. I mean it, folks. Training can be hard for a dog. Come on. Yeah. Good little girl. Yeah, especially some of these breeds like corgis and stuff. Come on. Yeah, good. Yeah, they're not German Shepherds. They're not Australian Shepherds, guys. They can. It's not as easy for them. Your labs, your golden retrievers, your Australian Shepherds, your German Shepherds, they can sometimes be so easy to train. Hey. Come on. Hey, come on. Yay! There she's wanting to rub herself on some sort of small shell. Emma. Yes. Oh, what do you got, little one, little one, little one. Come on. Aha, nice, good. Let's go. Ah. Leave it. Yes. And believe it or not, folks, I'll end the session with her here when she's wanting more. Because I'm seeing her ebb and flow and want to train, and then kind of gets tired, and then wants to train, and then gets distracted. I just want to train her for a few minutes at a time. So I'm actually going to end the training session right here. What a good girl. Oh, little one. Watch out. Little one. She might not know. Oh, no. See? Oh, why? Oh, yeah. And that's one of those things that, you know, if you use play to address the dog when they're afraid, you're going to get so much better results. You know, right there, I was trying to pick her up. She got a little bit like overwhelmed because I was pulling on the leash. She's like, oh my God, the leash is pulled. He's trying to pick me up. I don't know. What if he does? Where he picks you up? I don't know. Man. Oh, the little one gets picked up. Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah, we'll support the back end. Support the back end. Oh, isn't she special? Special. Yeah. I'm not giving her eye contact right now on purpose because, oh, she's being so sweet. Sensitive dogs like this, or dogs that have a little bit of reactivity, a lot of times it's from them just getting overwhelmed by everybody staring at them. And they're, I mean, essentially, they're just going, stop staring at me, stop looking at me, please, just let me do my thing. I don't know how cute I am. I don't know. I got these little legs that are like rabbit feet. Oh, what a good girl. Good session, huh? Yeah. how long we've been recording, and we'll maybe pull out. Oh, we're going to end the recording there because it's been going for about an hour, and it's going to stop at about an hour and a minute and a half. So that's all, folks. You know, you just see me work with a handful of dogs, give you an idea of how we do sessions with dogs, how different it can be with different dogs depending on their age, depending on their temperament, depending on their personality, and how important it is to be flexible, how important it is to be willing to change, willing to shift, even sometimes in the moment, and change your mind. And that's totally fine. You know, go with the flow. Most important thing is just know you're a great dog owner and you got a really lucky dog. And together, you know, if you work with the right trainer, you should be able to figure things out and avoid getting super frustrated. So remember, as always, folks, we don't blame them. We train them. You can always find me, followtheleaderk9.com. Until next time, I'll see you then. Say bye, Emma. Bye!